everyone, this is Delta, and this is a special video for my Sky City LP world. So this is going to be a tour of the world currently as is. So many of you probably know it from obviously my LP, the Sky City. However, all the new subscribers probably won't know so much about the existing world. And so I wanted to show you what we've done so far, and the story behind some items within the world itself. So without further ado, I guess we'll start the tour right here. So here's my my lovely pad. This is my home. This is what I would consider my actual sleeping area or my quarters. And it's pretty much where one of my first actual permanent structures that I built for Minecraft. So it's actually on a floating island. It's kind of hard to visualize, but we are actually floating up in the air. And I picked this world or the seed because it had so many just floating or overhanging islands. I wanted to build a city in the sky, so the Sky City. So what we're going to do is just going to go down this quick drop that I made to get a better view of it. So we have a floating island pretty much, and that's my home base there. There's this lovely waterfall that encases my elevator up. So this elevator is a piston elevator. It's inspired by Ethos design. Ethos Lab, he made an elevator just like this for tutorial. And yeah, so we go like this and we arrive at a lovely area. It's quite nice. We have some really good views. That's the main thing I wanted to do this. We have all open windows so we can see all the views and see everything in our world. We have a lovely fireplace, so it's a custom edited painting to kind of show off the world with my name Delta across it. We have some pretty cool stuff. Going downstairs, we have our first chest room past another gate. So that's our only nether gate for now. We might add another one in now. This is my very basic chest area room. It's my first room, so I've taken everything out now because I moved it to a bigger room. But it served me quite well for the time. I think I've only got a couple of things in there for nether, but that's about it. But it's really cool. I really like this cozy look that's got going on over here, and yeah. So we're gonna move on. We're actually gonna see my first ever structure built, which is pretty much a hole in the wall, which is I dubbed the name the hole in the wall. It comes back all over here. So over here I start to go towards back where I spawned. I spawned on top of this that sand pit right there, where that pillar is pretty much. So I spawned there, looked around, and said, "Wow, this is amazing," and hopped in. So going all the way back here, this is my first my first hut really. This is I walked down the mountain and saw this, dug a hole in the wall, posted a bed, and placed some chests and whatnot. And this is my first mob spawn system as well. I don't use this anymore, however it still works fine. We have one of these little TNT contraptions where we can actually see underneath the world and everything like that, which is pretty cool. Now actually we'll go show you down there. Down there you can see my strip mine. That goes all along the back. It's pretty huge, and I use that pretty much for all my my diamonds and everything like that. So we'll go show you that soon. It's not really too cool. So we'll go down here and we'll show you my strip mine. Just walking down these stairs, and we start to get to my strip mine. I've just recently made it too wide. And as you can see, it goes a fair bit back. I can't remember the coordinates, but it's roughly equal on each side. So we have equal amount on that side, equal amount on the side. It goes a fair bit back. It goes all the way around. This room here is my what is it, slime spawning room. So I just hollowed out a whole entire chunk, or I think two or three chunks. This is maybe, I think it's two. Hollowed it all out, and I get some slime spawns. I'm not on easy or normal, so I won't get anything. But yeah, we have it all decked out, and we have some chests in here as well. Nothing too interesting, it's pretty boring stuff, but the thing goes all the way back there and it keeps on going for a while. I've got a fair bit of resources from it, it's quite good. And this is like pre-enchanting, so the diamonds that I got were 1 or 2 diamonds, not like you can't use fortune on it, but yeah. So we'll head back up and we'll show you the rest of the base. Yeah, all the stuff's pretty boring. I have to go and get the older stuff out of the way first, but we have some basic farms with some cactus over here. But we have this cool farm that I made early on, and it's like an automated or semi-automated reed farm or sugarcane farm, and it activates with a master switch over there at the back of the pressure plates. And also got these individual switches as well, and these influence my later designs, which we'll see later on down the track in my other world. But it's kind of a first step towards my first redstone stuff that I started working on, because I quite enjoy redstone. However, I'm not the best at it, and I'm still learning. So, but yeah, quite like it. We have some very crude sheep farms. It's quite loud to go around, and we have more farms over here. I just saw before, and it's pretty cool stuff over there. Like, we're gonna get rid of those farms. Eventually, we'll move them up to a world. So all the stuff's pretty much all temporary, even though it's been there for like most of this world's life. But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. We'll go over here. It's kind of hard to see, but over here we have the Surfer Brew sign. This is to represent my first 50 subscribers. So we're gonna go head over there and check that out right now. Back in the day, this used to be a different biome. It wasn't snow. It used to be just a standard one. And past this used to be a swamp either. It's kind of all changed with updates and as you get on. And yeah, so there's a pretty big sign, all encased in glass, and it's to celebrate my first 50 subscribers, and it has every single name of my first 50 ones placed on there. And it goes all the way back, so I can always remember my first 50 that grew the channel to that far already. And yeah, I really quite like it, and it's really one of my my big accomplishments of actually having the sign, and it really does give it a nice look over there. As you can see from the mountains and from my room, you actually can see this quite well, and it looks quite neat. But yeah, so we'll guess we're gonna go ahead and back and teleport back up to where we were over there, and we'll continue to the cool stuff. So this is where the stuff that's kind of really kind of juicy and really cool stuff that I've built in this recent episode. So we'll be back. Okay, so we're back up. So we're back over here now. I guess we'll go this door over here, and we'll continue along. So this is one of my first things that I started doing, is this room over here. But we'll go to this. This is my light tower, or my lighthouse really, and it doesn't really represent much. It's just a kind of a cool effect that I just created with the light tower. It seems to be burning the trees around it, which is fine. But yeah, I really quite like it, and it kind of gives it a little neat effect. You can see it from a fair way away. And it kind of gives me a bearing, which is pretty cool. And moving on to my newer stuff. This is my my corridor to my library. So I have a makeshift library over here, and it's just a little novelty thing that I like to have. And each level has different colors, and you go up and down with the stairs over here. That's currently not been finished yet. I have to do the other levels, but you've got level 2, so we started on level 3 and level 1. Looks like we've had some Enderman issues. Oh. But yeah, we'll finish this off eventually with the next couple episodes and get onto it. We'll go all up to the top, so check out the view from up top. And up to level 4, level 5, level 6. Got some more Enderman stuff we have to clearly fix. I love the dirt. And then level 7, so it's all nice. Edited. By the way, obviously you can see I have an edited texture pack glass, a texture thing for my glass, just so I can see it easier, see through it easier. And yeah, this is really so kind of like a sky dome that we wanted to create, where you could have a little forest area, kind of like an indoor greenhouse, and just something really kind of novelty to add to the room itself. So it's kind of undone. We'll get on eventually to finishing it off and getting underway with some of the plans that I wanted to use for it. Got a hole in that wall. Level 4, level 3. So this is my library. Yeah, it's got some pretty cool stuff in it. Over here, I've added a secret hideout. So yeah, normally this lever wouldn't be here, and you come up, you can't see anything. But however, you place the lever down, and power it, kind of got a little secret area, like a little chest maybe, and hide all your valuables. And just a little column novelty thing that I have for my world. Doesn't really do anything at all because I'm playing single player. But yeah, some pretty cool stuff. Move over to our chest room, or our storage room. This is my updated one since the other one, so I've put all my new items in there, and they're all nicely organized. With, like, so all my tools are in here, and all my food's in here, kind of thing. And it's pretty cool. We've got chests for all different items. So this is my zombies and stuff like that. And yeah, so we have a mechanism. So by default, again, we have kind of a security mechanism. It's kind of a novelty thing. You can't open chests, or however you can break these and open it, but it's still pretty cool. And you put lever back over here, and it deactivates it like that. Just something really cool to muck around with. And yeah. So before we move on to over there, we'll show you back in here. So back in here is kind of like a little area, like a behind the scenes storage area, and it's probably used mostly to store my cobble over my excessive cobble. 'Cause I've got so much cobble. It's also used to house my mob spawner using a basic lava blade to kill them. And we have one of these over here as well, which we can actually see the mob spawner as well. We hop down into it and see the under the ground. It's a bit dark, hopefully might maybe not be able to see. We might actually go to sleep and check it out in the daytime, so it's probably a bit easier. And I really use it so I can see the mob rate, so how fast my mobs are coming up. And it really does help with calculating things in terms of how many mobs I get and what's good, and what works bad, and what like that. So yeah, so it works quite well. It has obviously some water. I can check it out. It has a pretty cool area, and this area here is like kind of a maintenance hatch, and I use it to correct wiring down here, which is for a door that I built. I'll show you later, and for my security system, for what you saw for the chests before. Now coming up here, you come over here and you're greeted with this wall over here. And it's got all the wiring on it, and it's pretty cool. Now I've got a little secret door over here. So this wall over here is also secret. You come up to it, nothing happens, but if you walk over here and press in the corner, you can teleport into this cart and come back over here, and you're into my secret little layer. And it's kind of like my bunker or my fallout shelter, like I like to call it, my nuclear fallout shelter. It's pretty much a little novelty thing that I wanted to add. Has a little kitchen, you know, you can have the chest, nothing's in the chest for now, add stuff in it, and a little bed, more chests. So it's just a kind of a little novelty area that you want. Now you can't get out this way, so you have to get out another way. And the way we do that is going down here, pressing this button, and then coming out. So like that, it's pretty cool. And you can actually come out into the library, and over here it's kind of a little secret, like almost panic room style room that you can come in and out of and be greeted with this back to your normal world. And it's a really cool idea, and I really I like it. However, again, it's more of a novelty because I'm playing on single player, and nothing really is going to threaten me enough to me to use it. But yeah, so that's pretty cool, and we'll move on. So this is my Great Hall. I'll call it a Great Hall because it's huge, and this is all hollowed out by hand. So this wasn't all. This is pretty much all cobblestone. That's where I got all my cobblestone from. Big delta, big creeper face. Some logo designs and like that, and eventually we'll put a chandelier up there, still in the progress. And this room is pretty much built just to be open. I might put a contraption here, might work on some piston stuff over here every now and then, but yeah, it's really just supposed to be open and neat and nice. We have to-do lists on the wall, which we put things down we wanted to do for the LP, and it's just a general kind of like meet and greet area. If I happen to have this on a server, this is kind of be the starting part for the server, and it's kind of cool and stuff like that. And we have little doorways on the side over here, and these are for my farms or my rooms that are add-ons. So they're not done yet; they're still in progress. But we have some built melon, like some farms over here, like a melon farm, which is an Intos design again. Where you like this, and you collect the melons, and it's all pretty cool. Come back over it, and it close down again. Put the melons back in here. So pretty cool farms like this, and we also have the sugarcane one. So sugarcane works the same way. So this is my own design. It's kind of modular, and you can adapt it to whatever you want. And then all the stuff comes to you, and you can collect it all. Sometimes I get caught, but it's fine. And some pretty cool stuff. So this is the one adapted from the other one that we saw before, and it's pretty much like an adaptation, taking it further with more redstone wiring and stuff like that. Now these two rooms are pretty much the same, but what this is a special farm for that generic bee made. So we go over here, we do it, and we just pretty much spam right click, and you'll gather up a copious amount of wheat. It's rapid as well. I think it creates 75 or 70 wheat per second, and you stick the rest of the seeds back in there. And we'll have a chest up here as well, and it uses seeds, and it also uses some bone meal. We have stacks of bone meal. It's a pretty cool design. I really quite like it. And I've also got one down here as well, which is just a general farm which we can collect and harvest again. And yeah, so we come back out here, back at the Great Hall, and yeah, so this is pretty much the tiny farms, the farms for the Great Hall. I will be adding more farms on the second level. Right now, that is there's holes in the wall for now. But I will add new farms eventually, which is pretty cool. So we now to move on to some other stuff to be working on. So this is my door that I was talking about before. the piston door with the wiring at the back over there. But yeah, it's pretty much used so we can lock things up, so we don't have any say creepers spawning on this bridge and walking into my base, which has happened before. So we lock it up and get it all locked it away from them so they can't come in. I'll eventually put a switch on the outside so I can get in from the outside. I've locked myself out a couple of times before. Not sure how. That's mainly in I think it was creative or me mucking around, doing filming in creative mode or something like that. But yeah. So we'll move on to my underwater base now. A little water patch over here. It's kind of hard to see, but pretty much encases my entire underwater, and I have like this hole in the water, and we'll go down now. So come down into it. So this is my underwater railway. So I'm gonna have a rail track that goes off to different parts of my world. Now it's currently not finished, as you can see. It's on the progress. I need more lighting in here, as you can see as well. But it's getting there. It's getting there. But like, so we have basic stuff. So we have these rings that come around, which will come in like into an inverted pyramid shape that will go down to a certain level. The level that we're going to is level 40. So I think we're on level 49 here. So we've got 9 more levels to go down until we get to the place that we want to get to, and move on from there. So we have got one railway track in here, and this track leads to my 1.0 base. So my 1.0 base, meaning that it's all 1.0 terrain generation, because currently that world back there, that was all generated in 1.7. As I started my LP in 1.7, moved on to 1.8, 1.9 even, and then 1.0 started the new terrain. So I made this track, which will bring me all the way out of my region into brand new 1.0 generated land, which is really cool. And what we have here is the new stuff. So we have, like, say, the abandoned mine shafts, which we'll be using the XP farm with. So that's the cave spider spawners, which we'll see in a bit as we arrive at the new terrain. And so it's a fair hike actually. It's about 300 blocks, sorry. And yeah, it's a fair one. I have to use this track. Walking this is just too much, which I end up doing. So this is a basic base. I will obviously make into a nice big base underground, maybe on top even as well. But pretty much all it's used for now is just going down to my XP farm. Some XP farms down here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a big room in here with a spider spawner in it. Comes around, wraps into it, and we have a system. As you can see, some string over there actually. Comes into the system, and they get caught here. They collect the string like that, and yeah, it's pretty cool. You can block the mob. So right now there's a thing that we can block it, so it stops them coming through, and it allows it to build up. And we can crush them as well, which has a timer, so it's the appropriate timing for the spiders to not die, but have one punch hit. So I just go and punch them all, and then collect the loot by doing that. And that's it. So once I'm done with the levels, I come over here to my enchanting table. We have a basic setup which uses a bookshelf down here, and then we also have a more advanced one that caps it all in like nice and tight, and we can put more levels onto things, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have also some behind the scenes wiring over here, that has the timing and wiring on it. We have a little farm as well for food, and yeah, that's about it. So that's pretty much the entire base, or my entire base of the Sky City. Like I said, I do LP episodes on them quite frequently, so we'll be adding to it quite frequently, so you might want to check it out if you're interested into the work that I do. But yeah, pretty much it. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see anything new in my world or anything added in my world, please leave a comment saying what it is, and I'll probably go ahead and make a list of things I could add and put it on a wall back there in my great hall. But besides that, that's pretty much it for the episode. So like I said, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, we'll catch you later. So see ya. Delta out. Bye.